Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we discuss on some interesting updates. We begin with Ilkay Gundogan, who in a recent interview talks Xavi, Guardiola, Yamal, Darvich, Barcelona dream. We are going to discuss on that as we move ahead. Secondly, talking about Javier Tebas, the La Liga president, who have recently lamented over Messi not returning to Barcelona. It would have been the best, he said. So, guys, as we get right into it, please do ensure to subscribe, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. One of Barcelona's early acquisitions in the summer transfer window was Ilkay Gundogan, who arrived on a free transfer, but after his terrific campaign with Manchester City was worth his weight in gold, the Catalan Giants worked hard to secure his signature, with Manchester City also persuading him habitually to renew. In the end, Gundogan chose Barcelona, and speaking to Bild, he shared how the saga went down, among other things related to the world of football. When asked if he would have extended his contract with City if the club had offered him more than a year, he said, I'm honest, and many people don't know this. In the end, it wasn't about a year or two. There was no problem with time. City waited a relatively long time until the talks really intensified. If it had happened a little earlier, the situation would have been different. So, in the end, it was the perfect ending. It couldn't have come at any better time. Perhaps an early approach would have entailed a vastly different script, but Gundogan makes it clear that representing the Blaugrana was a dream, and when Barcelona came knocking, it was hard to turn down the offer. He said, It was also my childhood dream to play for Barcelona, he said. The German midfielder was asked about when City's offer arrived, to which he answered, I don't want to go into the minute details, but it was quite late in the season. And when it comes to a Champions League quarter-final or semi-final, players want to concentrate purely on sport. I didn't know what would have happened next. Pep's appreciation was there already. It have always been there, but officially there was no movement from the club for a long time. Until May, there was little reason for me to want to change. The treble was, of course, a crowning achievement, but that couldn't have been planned. So, Gundogan enjoyed an incredible spell under former Barcelona manager Pep Guardiola and acknowledged that it was an emotional moment for him to bid his mentor goodbye. He said, Unfortunately, I didn't say goodbye in person because I only made the decision after the Champions League final. That was probably the hardest phone call I've ever had in my life. The conversation was emotional, but Pep was also happy for me. I switched to the club that is close to his heart, and as a fan, he was very happy about that. He also told me if I need anything, I should contact him at any time. It was brilliant to experience Pep as a coach. This have really helped me, and it will help me a lot over the next few years of my career, he explained. Um, Having joined Barcelona, Gundogan admitted that the team is a work in progress, but the Catalans are headed in the right direction with the right blend of youth and experience. The former Manchester City captain was asked if he could reach the level he achieved at Manchester City with Barcelona in the next few years, to which he replied realistically. He said, There have been maybe two or three teams like City last year, at least since I've been following football, Barcelona around 2011, among others. On the other hand, if I hadn't seen the potential, I wouldn't have made the move to Barcelona. We have incredible talents in this team, plus experience and quality with Robert Lewandowski, Frankie de Jong, Marc-Andre ter Stegen, and me. Touching on the balance of youth and experience, Gundogan highlighted the young talent at Barcelona, such as Lamine Yamal. He said, "The talent here is unbelievable. Just the fact that we have Lamine Yamal, a player who has only turned 16, but some things in football can only be learned through experience. That takes time, keeping calm, showing patience. You have to experience that," he said. Um, I am convinced that Xavi is addressing the right things. With us experienced players, there can be a good mix. I believe that we can reach a similar level to City in the next few years. When invited to express his thoughts on the Barca youngsters such as Yamal and German prodigy Noah Darvich, who joined this summer, Gundogan spoke with optimism. He said, "The boys from the academy, from La Masia, come regularly to train with us. It's huge incentive for the young players. That's what FC Barcelona has always been about. The stars from abroad and the top talents from our own youth setup. I am very curious to see how now Noah Davic will present himself. I'm looking forward to getting to know him." Finally, Gundogan vocalized his views on Xavi, who played a pivotal role in his signing. He said, "We spoke on the phone several times before the transfer materialized. I had a good feeling right away. I think we are very similar in character. Even as a player, he had some facets in his game that are also present in mine. That could be one reason why he values me. Xavi has an extremely intelligent players, and he was an intelligent player who saw the value of simple but thoughtful play." Then moving on to the next story of discussion, La Liga president Javier Tebas has claimed that he is disappointed that Lionel Messi did not return to Barcelona this past summer, as it would have been the best for all parties involved. Having left Barcelona 2 years ago in 2021, Messi could have come back to his old stomping ground this summer with his PSG contract expiring. Talks were held between the two parties and attempts were made to reach an agreement, but ultimately it was not possible due to several factors. Of course, La Liga president Tebas lamented over the failed return attempts. He said, "Messi didn't finish his career in La Liga because Leo and Barca couldn't come to an agreement. I wish he could have stayed and finished his career in Spain. It would have been the best thing for him, for me, and for Barcelona." Elaborating on Messi's move to MLS, Tebas said, "Leo has his family and his way of thinking, and I think he has been looking for new experiences for a few years now." Of course, expressing his disappointment that Messi is not finishing his career in La Liga, he said, "I wish he had come to Spanish football and left for PSG. The end of the movie between Messi and Spanish football has been sad." Having chosen to sign for Inter Miami, Messi is thriving in the MLS and has already led his new club to their first ever trophy